Hello everyone. So today we are just going to solve some of the numerical questions from your exercise. Okay. So the first question says that a bus starts from the location P and moves 200 kilometer to reach the location Q in 3 hours. So just draw a roughly diagram to understand the question. So this is my location P. I'm just moving to another location that is of Q, and it is 200 kilometer away from the previous location, and the time taken by it, that is of 3 hours. Right. Now from Q the bus takes another 3 hours to reach location R, which is 250 kilometer away. So the distance from Q to R, that is of how much? In the question it is given as 250 kilometer, and the time taken to cover that 250 kilometer is 3 hours, right? So what type of motion did the bus take to travel from location P to location R? So just see the question. From location P to location Q, you are traveling 200 kilometers in 3 hours. Then from location Q to location R, you are traveling 250 kilometers in 3 hours, right? So the time gap is same, but you are covering different distances. So whether it should be a uniform motion or non-uniform motion, just think. You can pause the video and think, then you can recheck. So in this case we can say that the motion is obviously non-uniform motion, because in the same time interval you are traveling different distances. So that's why the object is moving in non-uniform motion. Okay, that is the solution of this question. You have to draw the diagram, then you have to see the reason. I'm just writing down the reason, it will be more better for you people. In this question, the bus is covering unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Equal intervals of time. So that's why the motion of the bus is non-uniform motion. Right? In this way you have to answer this question. So now we are just moving to the next one. You traveled a distance of 200 kilometers by car, and the trip lasted 3 hours and 12 minutes. What is the average speed of your car? Right? So here the time is given. The time is how much? Time is 3 hours and 12 minutes, right? So it is equals to 12 minutes equals to how much hour? We know 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour, right? I'm just doing some rough calculation. 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. 1 minute is equals to 1 by 60 hour. So 12 minutes is equals to 1 by 60 multiplied by 12, that much hour. So it is 12 ones are 12, 12 fives are 60, and it is 1 by 5 hour. So if 12 minutes is equals to 1 by 5 hour, so in this case we can say that is of 3 whole 1 by 5 hour. That means of 3 fives are 15 plus 1, that is of 16 by 5 hour. So why I have converted this total thing in hour? Because I have to find out the average speed, and I can't find the average speed in kilometer per minute. May the speed can be in meter per second, otherwise in kilometer per hour. So that's why I have converted the given time period in hour. Now the method I have used here in the rough, that is known as the unitary method. Okay. Suppose whenever you are just going to buy some things in the grocery shop, suppose 1 kg of sugar is 40 rupees. Whenever you have to calculate 5 kg of sugar, the cost of 5 kg of sugar, that will be how much? In that case, we calculate the thing in a way that 1 kg of sugar costs 40 rupees. Now 5 kg of sugar, that is a 5 multiplied by a 40, that is a 200 rupees. Okay, in the same way I have calculated this one. But for the shortcut, you can remember one thing: whenever you have to convert minute to hour, you have to divide that thing with 60, and whenever you have to convert hours to minute, you have to multiply that number with 60. Okay, so now average speed, what is the formula for average speed? That is a avg, average speed, that is equals to the total distance traveled. The total distance traveled is how much? That is of 210 kilometer, right? And the time, total time, that is of 16 by 5 hour, right? So in this case, how the expression look like? It is equals to 200 divided by of 16 by 5, and it is equals to 200 multiplied by 5 by 16. Now we have to calculate. Let's calculate. No? So it is of how much? The 2 8s are 16, and it is 2105, sir. Right? So what the answer we are getting? 5 5s are 25. That is a 525 by of 8. That much kilometer per hour. You can find out the answer in fraction as well. But if you just do up to this one, it's correct. Not an issue. You can express this one, that is a 525 by of 8 kilometer per hour in mixed fraction. That means 3 whole 1 by 5, like that. It is known as a mixed fraction. But it does not need, because you have already find out the average speed, and that much is okay. Okay. Now, if you are having any of the problem in understanding the solution, you just revert me back. I will make you understand again. Okay, in this question time was given as 3 hours 12 minutes. At first I have converted the minute to hour, and 12 minute is equals to 1 by 5 hour. So that's why I can say that is of 3 hour 12 minute. It can be expressed as like that, that is of 3 plus 1 by 5 hour, and after that you can write down this one. Actually I have just jumped one of the step, and I have directly written that one, but you can proceed with the that step, that is of 3 plus of 1 by 5 hour, and it is equals to 3 whole 1 by 5 hour. Okay, so after that we are just moving to the next question. But remember the formula of average speed, that is equals to total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. Now in this question, it is said that a car travels up the hill at a constant speed of 30 km per hour and returns down the hill at a constant speed of 60 km per hour. So this is the hill, we can say. So this is the car. As you know that I am not able to draw the car, but still I am just drawing for you people. Okay. So this is the car that is travels up the hill at a constant speed of 30 km per hour, and it is just coming down the hill with a speed of 60 km per hour, right? So in this case, whenever it is said that you have to calculate the average speed, to find out the average speed we need a formula, that the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. But in this case the distance is not given. So remember, I have just told you the shortcut formula. According to the shortcut formula, what can I say? If this is my initial speed, that is of u, that is 30 kilometer per hour, and 60 kilometer per hour is my final speed v. Okay, here u is actually the initial speed by which the car was traveling up the hill at a constant speed of 30 kilometer per hour, and whenever it is just coming down, it is having a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So this is my final speed. Okay, so to calculate the average speed, we have a shortcut formula and it is valid. That is equals to twice of initial speed multiplied by final speed divided by initial speed plus of final speed. You can write down q is equals to initial speed, and it is given as 30 kilometer per hour, and v is equals to the final speed. In this case, it is given as 60 kilometer per hour. So what the result I will get? That twice of 30 into 60 divided by of 30 plus of 60. So it is how much? Twice of 30 into 60 divided by 30 plus 60 is 90. So here 33s are 90, and 3 ones are 3, 3 20s are 60. So 20 multiplied by of 2, that is of 40 kilometer per hour. If we were trying to proceed with the traditional method, it's so long. So with comparable to that one, it's so easy, but it can only be applied whenever there is a question of repeated journey, that how much distance the car has traveled in traveling up the hill, the same distance was traveled when it is coming down also. So for the repeated distance travel, this shortcut formula is applicable. Otherwise, it is not applicable. Okay. So now we are just proceeding up. So the reading of odometer. What is odometer? It is a one type of instrument, you can say, by which you can measure the speed of a car. Okay. So the reading of an odometer of a car at 8:40 a.m. is a 55,891 kilometer, and after traveling a certain distance, the odometer shows 55,912 kilometer at 8:50 a.m. Calculate the average speed. So to find out the average speed, in this case, I can't apply the shortcut formula. The traditional method I have to apply. So at first I have to find out the total distance traveled by the car. So the total distance traveled, that means of how much? In this case, what you have to do to find out the total distance traveled? That is of 55,912 minus of 55,891, right? We have to subtract the distances. Okay, so whenever we are subtracting, how much I am getting? 1, this is of 2, that is of only 21 I am just getting. So 21 kilometer is the traveled distance by the car. And what is the time taken? Total time, that is equals to 8:50 a.m. 8:50 a.m. minus of 8:40 a.m. Right? 8:50 minus of 8:40. That means the time duration is 10 minutes only. Right? So in 10 minutes, how much distance you are just traveling? That is of 21 kilometer. Right? So what is the average speed? The average speed is having a formula, that is equals to total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. You can write down the formula: total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. total time taken. So what is the total distance traveled? That is of 21 kilometer, and the time taken, that is of 10 minutes, right? But in this case there is a problem. The time, that is in minutes, but you have to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour. So what I have told you, that whenever you have to convert the minute to hour, you have to divide the minute with 60. So in this case I will write down the expression as 21 divided by 10 by 60 hour. Okay, 10 by 60 means how much? The zeros will be eliminated, right? So in the next page we'll see. So what the answer I'm getting, that is of 21 divided by of 1 by 6. That means 21 multiplied by 6 by 1, and it is equals to 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, that 126 kilometer per hour. So this is the required answer of the previous question. So initially what we have done, we have calculated the distance traveled by the object and the total time taken, and the formula of average speed is same, that is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. It is equals to 21 kilometer divided by of 10 minutes, and we have to find out the average speed in kilometer per hour. So that's why I have converted the minute in hour by dividing the minute with 60. So finally we are getting the answer as 126 kilometer per hour. Now if you have any of the doubt, you just revert me back. I will just make you understand. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye bye. Be safe, be happy.